So if you're not already on the floor, if you can use a chair or something to help you get down, then that's great. So the best way is to kind of come through to one side. You might need to then swing your legs around depending what side you want your head to go. And we're going to start off on our backs. So today's session is a core stability session. It is all mat based. You need to be able to see my arms and legs so that you can see what we're doing. I will try and give explicit instructions for those of you that are positioned in a way that it's not easy to see your screen, but I will do my absolute best, okay? Just exercise to the ability that you're able to. Any modifications I can make, I will give them, and we'll go from there. Okay, so enjoy. So we're going to just start off by lying on our backs. If you've got a small towel or cushion, you can pop that under your head. So I want your feet about hip width apart, knees slightly apart. Try not to let them fall into each other or fall away from each other. And we're just going to start off with some pelvic tilting. So we want our arms resting nicely by the side of us. We should have equal weight distributed between our feet, our bottom and our shoulders. And we're just going to rock the pelvis towards us, flattening the hollow in our back between the floor, and then take it back. Rock towards you and take it back. We're looking for control with these exercises, so we don't want quick, hard exercises. We want slow, controlled. So we're really engaging those muscles. If you can, incorporate your breathing. That's great, but the main thing is to make sure that you continue breathing. So ideally, as you roll your pelvis towards you, you breathe out. So take a deep breath in, breathe out and roll. Hold for a second at the top, and as you release, you breathe in. Breathe out and roll. Breathe in and relax. And keep going. So this is a really nice way to mobilise our lower spine. If you ever suffer with back pain, this is a really good exercise to do. Obviously, just move gently through the range that you have available to you. Two more. And last one. Okay, we're going to stay in this position. This time we're going to engage our pelvic floor. So I want you to think as though you are sitting and you are trying to lift your pelvic organs away from the chair. Okay, so you're just sucking them up inside you. Okay, so as you breathe out, draw the pelvic organs up. Hold for a second and relax. And again, breathe out, draw the pelvic organs up and relax. If you're struggling with this concept, a way to think about it is if you were passing urine and you wanted to stop yourself, those are the pelvic organs that you would use to stop yourself. So you would just squeeze onto those. That's what we're trying to engage. So keep going. Remember, breathe out as you pull up and breathe in as you relax. As you're doing that, you may also feel like you're drawing your tummy button towards your spine. That's fine. Okay, so this time I want you to try and hold that contraction for 5 seconds, okay? So breath in, breathe out, pull up and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And we're going to go again. So take a breath in, breathe out and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, we're going to do another 3, okay? Deep breath in, breathe out and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Last 2. Deep breath in, breathe out and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And then the last one. Breath in, breathe out and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, so there's 2 elements to the way that these muscles work. So the first one is the endurance, which is what we've just done. And then we've also got like the power, speed element, okay? So that's a nice, strong, fast contraction and release. So we're going to do 5 pull-ups, and we're literally just going to go pull up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, okay? So when you're ready, make sure those knees are pointing up to the ceiling, they're not falling away or into each other. When you're ready, pull up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and relax. It's important to make sure that you relax your abdominal muscles in between your exercises as well. Sometimes they can be they can be overworked and they can be tight, so we need to get the balance of being able to relax them as well. Okay, so we're going to move on from our pelvic tilting, okay? So I just want you to draw your feet in towards your bottom a little bit more. Okay, we are going to roll the pelvis towards us as we breathe out, but rather than stopping, we're going to continue. So we're going to take a breath in, we're going to breathe out, roll our pelvis, and we're going to keep going up, lifting our bottom off of the floor. Hold it for a count of 3, 2, 1. And as we come down, we're going to come down from the top of the vertebrae, working our way down to the bottom. Okay. And again, breath in, breathe out and roll up. Breath in and hold. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out and roll down. So we're bridging. We're trying to lift that bottom off the floor. Imagine we're on the bed trying to pull our trousers up, only we're doing it with a little bit more control. Breath in, breathe out and roll up. hold there. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out and roll down. Sorry for my clicky knee. Breathe in. Roll up. Breathe in and hold. 2, 3 and breathe out. Three more. Breathe in. Breathe out and roll up. And down. Last two. Breathe in. Breathe out and roll up. Breathe in and hold. 1, 2, 3. And breathe out and down. And last one. Breath in. Breathe out and roll. Breathe in and hold. 2, 3. Breathe out, roll down. And relax. I just heard something ding, so I'm just going to check the waiting room. Have a relax. Oh, no. Looks like everybody's still in. Okay, so this time we are going to stay on our back. So we're staying in this position, keeping our feet nice and about hip width apart, knees about hip width apart, pointing to the ceiling, okay? So all I want you to do, you're going to take a breath out and float your arms up in front of you, okay? So as you take your breath out, you engage those core muscles. So deep breath in, breath out, engage and float those arms up in front of you. Okay, from here, as you breathe out, you are going to take your arm, one arm above your head, one arm down to your hip, and then we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out and swap. Your arms should cross in the middle. Okay, they shouldn't be crossing back here, they should be crossing here. Okay, so everybody ready? Deep breath in, breathe out and float your arms up above to your chest. Take a breath in. Take one arm behind your head as you exhale, one arm down to your hip. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap. Don't forget those tummy muscles. You should have a light contraction on. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap as we exhale. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap. Breathe in and swap. Two more. Breathe in and swap. And last one, breathe in and swap. Good. Bring those arms back to the middle and then rest them both down by your side. Okay. Just relax here for a second. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do, we're going to stick with the arms, so feet are staying where they are. Okay, we're going to float our arms up to chest height, where we started the last one. This time we're going to take both arms over our head. We're going to then bring them down in a swimming motion down to our legs. Okay, so I'll just show you. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, float our arms up. From here we're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale the arms come over our head to the top. We're going to bend our elbows and swish our arms down to our hips. Take a breath in and exhale as we float the arms back up and over the head. Remember, engage those core muscles. Breath out as we float the arms up. They're going to continue straight over the head. And round we come. If you can only do this with one arm, that's fine. You can use the other arm to help you if you need to. Just work within your own range of movement. So not everybody has the same flexibility, so just work with what you have available to you. Breathe out and float up and over and around. Breathe out, float up. As you swing round, breathe in. Keep going. Two more. Last one. As we're doing this, try and think about the position of your rib cage as well. You don't want your rib cage poking up to the ceiling. You just want to let it sink into the floor so that it's nice and soft. You're not pulling on a full-on contraction. It's just a gentle softening into the mat. Okay, so from this position, we're going to move on to do some leg work, okay? So remember, we're thinking about control. We're trying to stabilise the leg that isn't moving, but we're trying to keep our weight evenly distributed, okay? So those core muscles, we're going to switch on, okay? So we're going to take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to slide one leg out in front of us, okay? So along the floor or the surface that you're on, as you extend that leg, take a breath in, and as you come back in, you breathe out. So breathe out as you slide that leg back to that starting position, okay? And then you're going to change legs. So take a breath in, slide the other leg out. Try and keep that weight nice and equal. Breathe in at the end and exhale as we slide that leg back. Think about the position of your shoulders. They should be down your back, not around your ears. So breathe in, exhale as you slide out. Breathe in at the bottom, exhale as you slide in. And keep going. The legs that isn't moving should be staying nice and still. Imagine you've got your favourite tipple resting on your knee. You don't want to be spilling any of that anywhere. If you want a slight challenge, you can actually, rather than slide the foot along the floor, you can hover it. So you're having to use a little bit more control. Make sure you do this as long as you're able to, and that you're not losing the control, you're not putting strain on your lower back, and you're not causing yourself any pain. We're going to keep going. We're going to go for 2 more on each side. I'm not sure if that's it. I think we're done. Got a little bit lost in the moment then. Okay, so staying in this position, we're going to do one more exercise in this position and then we're going to change positions, okay? So from here, we are going to keep one leg nice and still. We're going to engage our core muscles. As we exhale, we're going to take one leg down to the side. So we're taking that knee away from the other knee. As we get to the bottom, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we bring that leg back up. The leg that isn't moving, we want to keep it as still as possible. So you need to use those bottom muscles as well as those core muscles to keep that leg nice and controlled. Your leg doesn't need to go down to the floor. I'm not expecting people's flexibility to take their leg to the floor. It's all about control. So again, you work within the range that you have available to you, and it's all about control, okay? So we're going to do 10 on each leg. So breath in. As you breathe out, take the leg down. At the bottom, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring it back. Now you can stick with the same leg or you can alternate. It's up to you. If you alternate, it's a little bit more of a challenge because you're really having to focus on that weight distribution, making sure you're not shifting your weight from side to side. Remember, the leg that's not moving stays nice and still. I'm going to alternate my legs now. Remember, keep your shoulders down your back. Don't let them creep up towards your ears. Keep your rib cage nice and soft. Keep breathing. Once you've done 10 on each side, relax. I think I've got four to go. Try not to lose those core muscles towards the end. Keep that focus. And last one for me. Good. Okay, so this time we are going to come onto our side, okay? So if you can start preferably with your good leg up, that would be ideal, but go with what you're comfortable with. I'm going to have my arms out in front of me like this, purely because that's the most comfortable position for me. We're going to have our knees bent right up and our feet should be in line with our bottom, okay? If you want to rest your top hand on the bony part of your hip, then go for it. It's just a point of reference for you to make sure that those hips aren't moving. Okay, so we're going to keep those core muscles engaged. As we exhale, we're going to hover the top knee away from the bottom knee, and then we're going to come down. So this is the clam, okay? Make sure that this bony part of your hip isn't rocking back. We shouldn't be sinking through our hips like that to enable our leg to lift. If you can only lift your leg to there, then only lift your leg to there. I want you to do the exercise properly rather than cheating, okay? So we're really trying to work these glute muscles. Okay, so we're going to go for 10 on each side. Well, we'll do 10 here to start off with, and then we'll go to the next exercise. So exhale, hover up. Exhale as you come down. So remember, it's all about control. Try and keep your shoulders away from your ears. If you're doing it properly, you should feel it in here. Oh, it's burning. Last one for me. Cool, that's hard. Okay, so we're going to keep the bottom leg bent. We're going to take the top leg straight. Okay, keep your neck nice and long, keep your shoulders away from your ears, okay? You're going to bring your foot towards your toes. So you're just going to extend those, you're going to bring your foot towards your shin. So you're going to extend those toes, okay? You're going to lead from your heel, not your toes. And we're going to keep the legs straight, keep it in line with our body, and we're just going to lift just past hip height and then lower down, okay? So exhale and lift, and exhale and lower. So take a breath in the middle and then exhale. Breath in, exhale. Okay, we're going to do another 6 of these. Remember, you're leading from your heel. You're going to make sure you feel those bottom muscles working. Make sure you're not bringing your hip in front of you, because then that works different muscles, okay? We're really trying to focus on these bottom muscles. I think that's one more to do. And relax. You might want to give your knees a bit of a hug just to stretch off that bottom a little bit. Okay, so we're going to change sides now. So I want you to gently push up into sitting. We've been lying a long time, so you need to do this gently and slowly so that your head can adjust. So we're going to push up through the side into sitting. Okay, if you need to take a minute to sit there, then you can. For some of you, you might just be able to roll over. So we're coming back down onto the other side now. Okay, so remember, knees bent, feet in line with our bottom, shoulders down, engaging those core muscles. As we breathe out, we're going to hover the top knee from the bottom knee. So up we go into the clam. Again, make sure we're not sinking through our hips, and then lower. Okay, so 10 of these, that was 1. Remember, breathe out, lift up, breathe in, and then breathe out as we lower. You've probably noticed I can't count. I think that's most physios. We always say a number and then it's always one more. Remember, we're thinking quality though, so if 10 is too much, just go for the number where you can get to. I think I've got 2 more. My poor counting is causing me to suffer as much as you though. I'm with you on this one. Good, and relax. Okay, so straighten that top leg. Okay, from here, bring your foot towards your shin. Okay, we're not pointing our toes. We're going to lead from our heels and we're just going to lift up and down for 10 or whatever you can get to. Remember, we're leading from the heel, not the toes. think that's 10. Okay, so again, give that knee a bit of a hug if you need to. Just give that bottom a little stretch. We are going to do a proper stretch at the end, so don't worry. Okay, so we're going to do one more exercise in this position. Okay, I should have stayed on the other side and done it for the other side as well, but we're going to have to switch around, so I do apologise. So this is arm opening, okay? So we're just trying to work through our mobility of our spine, okay? We're going to raise our arm and take it over the other side. We're going to follow up with our head as far as we can go, and then we're going to come back and close. So I will just want 5 of those on this side. Follow your arm with your head. And then come back. So we're really opening up our chest. We're rotating through our spine. We're trying to get a little bit further with each go. And last one. Good. Okay. If you're able to just roll on to the other side, go for it. If you need to switch sides like me, I'm sorry. So from here, arms out in front of you, you're just going to take the top arm away from the bottom arm, opening all the way as far as you can. Follow that head and come back. So 5 on this side as well. As we open up, we want to breathe out. But if you breathe in when you're opening up, that's fine, because you're actually opening up your chest cavity. So you might actually get a deeper breath. Okay, good. Okay, final couple of exercises. So come up slowly. And we're going to come on to all 4s, okay? So in our position, we should have our knees about hip width apart, our hands about shoulder width apart. Our hands should be directly under our shoulders. Our knees should be directly under our hips, okay? And all we're going to do is just pull our tummy in, and we're going to just gently rock our weight over our hands forwards and then gently back. So we're just rocking gently forwards and back. Keeping those tummy muscles switched on. Remember to breathe. You're not going too far. Just enough so it's a slight challenge to your balance. If at any point you need to rest your wrists, sit back and just give them a slight stretch, okay? Let them recover and then come back into position. Okay, so from 4-point kneeling, okay, so we're in that mid position. We're going to switch those tummy muscles on. we're going to take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're just going to slide one leg out behind us, okay? If you need to maintain contact with the floor, you can. If you're feeling super steady and super brave and you want a challenge, we're going to lift it behind us, okay? As we do so, I don't want to see your weight shift over to the opposite side. We're trying to keep the weight equal between the 3 remaining points. Okay, so we're going to do 5 on each side. So breath in, set those tummy muscles. As we breathe out, we're going to hover that leg. And back. If you want to alternate, you can, or you can just stick on the same side. And back. Keep those shoulders down from your ears. Lift up. And back. 2 more. And back. Last one if you're stuck on the same side. Halfway if you've been alternating. Okay, those of you that have just done one side, we're going to switch sides. Those of you that are alternating, continue. If you need to rest those wrists, please do. Up we go. And back. And out. And back. Out. And back. We're trying to minimize the sway as much as possible. Out. And back. And last one. Out. And back. Okay, from this position I want you to move your hands in front of you a bit more, and you're just going to pull back onto your heels. So bottom towards your heels. You're going to take the weight off of your wrists, let your head drop and stretch those shoulders. From here, you're going to come on to, keep your hands flat on the floor, and you're just going to try and let your thighs rest on the floor. So we're giving that tummy and those hip flexors a stretch. We're just looking in front of us. We're not looking up to the ceiling. Hold it here for a few moments. And then we're going to come back up and give those shoulders a stretch again. So sit back onto those heels, stretch those shoulders. Okay, come into sitting. Okay. If you can sit with your legs out in front of you, wonderful. If you can't, you may need to have them bent, or just bend one leg up, okay? You're going to keep your back nice and straight, and you're just going to reach along your extended leg till you can feel a stretch in those hamstrings. Hold it there. If you want to intensify the stretch into the calf, pull your toes towards your shin. Good. Okay, bring both legs in bent. Keep your feet together. a bit like when you were at school. You can hold your ankles, try and keep yourself sitting up nice and tall. Just let those legs try and relax down to the floor. If you need a bit more stability, cross your hands over your ankles. It might help you with your balance. If you need a stronger push, you can use your elbows to try and help push those knees towards the floor. Try and keep your posture as tall as you can. Okay, so this time we're going to keep the other leg bent and we're going to extend the leg that wasn't the first one. Keep your back nice and straight and we're going to just reach down towards the toes. Hold it there. Again, if you want to intensify the stretch into the calf, pull your toes towards your shin. Remember, keep the back nice and straight. Don't want you rounding. You're leading from your breastbone rather than your chin. And relax. Okay. Keep that leg out in front of you. You're going to cross the bent one over the top of that extended leg. The opposite arm to the bent leg, you're going to hook over the bent knee, and the same arm as the bent leg you're going to take behind you. So you're twisting your body towards the bent knee. And relax. Swap legs. So extend the bent knee, bend the extended knee, take the opposite arm across and rotate towards the bent knee side. And relax. Sit in a position that you feel comfortable. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to raise those arms above our head. So we're really lengthening that rib cage and those lungs. We want to breathe as deeply into our belly as we can. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And out. And again. And out. And last one. And out. Give those shoulders a circle back. Give those hands a circle. Allow those wrists to recover. And then the other way. And that's the end of today's class.